Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're diving deep into a phrase that seems, well, so simple, right? So polite.
Hmm.
But it can actually create some unexpected distance or maybe confusion in real conversations. We're talking about, I'm fine.
Ah, yes. I'm fine.
For so many of us, I mean, this was the response we learned in school. Hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you.
Exactly. And grammatically, it's perfect. Absolutely
Yes.
correct, clean, polite. Nothing wrong with the words themselves.
But here's where it gets really interesting, isn't it? Where culture and language kind of bump into each other.
Definitely. Because in everyday spoken English, especially, in places like the US and Canada, saying I'm fine can often land as,
Uh,
well, a bit cold.
yeah, or distant.
Or even like you're hiding something.
Right.
It's subtle, but it's quite different from how it might be taken in, say, some European or Asian cultures where a literal I am fine is maybe more standard, more expected.
You've really hit on something crucial there, that cultural piece.
Yeah.
In North America, when someone asks, how are you? They're usually not looking for, like, your full medical history.
Right. Not usually inviting a deep dive into your soul right then and there.
Exactly. It's more of a friendly noise almost, a
Right. Yeah.
quick social acknowledgement. It's like saying, hey, I see you, acknowledging you. I care enough to make the gesture, even if it's brief.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So when the response comes back as a very neutral, maybe even serious sounding I'm fine, it can unintentionally sound a bit robotic,
Uh-huh.
or it gives off this vibe of, okay, I don't really want to engage, or maybe I'm actually not okay, but I'm definitely not going to tell you why.
Just leave me alone. Yeah.
Right, that too.
We've all felt that kind of awkwardness, haven't we? Like, picture this. Monday morning, you're in the office kitchen grabbing coffee.
The classic scenario.
Yeah. And your colleague, being friendly, says, hey, morning, how are you? And you, trying to be polite, give that crisp, I'm fine, thank you. What happens next?
Often. A little pause, maybe a weak smile,
Hmm.
and then they sort of drift away quickly.
Yeah. And you're left standing there thinking, wait, what just happened? What went wrong?
And the reason for that little social disconnect is fascinating, really. Because in English, especially North American English, your tone, the emotion you convey, the whole context, it matters just as much as the words, sometimes more.
So the vocabulary can be spot on correct.
Absolute perfect grammar. But the subtext, the feeling it carries, can be miles away from what you actually intended. It's about that emotional connection people are often looking for, even in tiny interactions.
Okay. So if I'm fine isn't always the best tool for the job, what should we be saying? I mean, that's our mission today, right? To give you, the listener, the tools to sound more fluent, yes, but also more friendly, more, well, more like how native speakers actually connect. We want your greetings to open doors, not put up walls.
So we're going to look at some natural, really common responses people actually use. Everything from, clearly positive ones to honest but still polite ways to say, it's not a great day.
And maybe even some of those more humorous, casual options, too.
Yeah, those two. And we won't just talk words. We are also going to touch on how your intonation, the music of your voice, your facial expression, body language, eye contact,
Mm.
even how fast or slow you speak, how all that can totally change how your message lands.
It's the whole package deal.
It really is. Communication is so much more than just vocabulary.
Okay, let's jump into those alternatives then. What's a really common natural go-to?
Well, probably one of the most frequent ones you'll hear is simply, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Right, I'm good. Now, I can almost hear some listeners thinking, wait a minute, isn't that grammatically wrong? Shouldn't it be, I'm well? That's a super common question, isn't it?
It absolutely is. And it highlights this fascinating split between formal, written rules and how people actually talk. Yes, technically, in super formal grammar, I'm well describes your state of being well-being, the adverb.
Okay.
But in everyday spoken English, I'm good
Mm-hmm.
is 100% natural. It's friendly, it's casual, it's what pretty much everyone says.
No one's going to correct you on that in a conversation.
Not a chance. It just is how people speak. It signals things are positive and, crucially, asking, how are you, right back. That completes the loop, shows you're interested in them too. That's key for connection.
That's such an important point about spoken language evolving. Okay, what's another option? Maybe something a little slightly more polished.
Sure, you could go with, I'm doing well, thanks for asking.
Yeah.
This still feels warm, but maybe a tiny bit more formal.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Good for maybe work settings or if you're talking to someone you don't know very well. And adding that, thanks for asking, it just adds a nice little touch of kindness, acknowledges their question properly,
Yeah.
shows gratitude.
I like that. What about more casual spots, like, chatting with a neighbor or the barista?
Ah, yeah. Super common there is pretty good. Thanks. How about you?
Pretty good.
Yeah, and pretty here doesn't mean beautiful, obviously. It means fairly or quite.
Mm.
So pretty good is like, yeah, things are good. Maybe not absolutely amazing, perfect, peak performance.
But no major complaints either.
Exactly. It's easy, it's light, very standard.
And sometimes it's not just the phrase, but the energy you put behind it, right? Like if you respond with a really bright, great, thanks, how's your day going?
Oh, definitely. That instantly shifts the energy, doesn't it? You're not just answering, you're expressing clear positivity and then immediately turning it to a real question about them. Makes you seem much more approachable, engaged.
You're inviting them in.
Precisely.
Yeah.
But this brings up a really important point.
Yeah.
What if you're, well, what if you're not having a great day?
Yeah, because we're not always great or even good.
Right. And you don't have to default back to that potentially cold, I'm fine. But you also don't necessarily need to pretend everything's sunshine and rainbows.
You can be honest without oversharing.
Exactly. There are polite ways to signal things aren't perfect, for instance.
You could say something like, I'm okay, thanks. Just a busy day.
Mm-hmm. That works. It's real, but it's also light. You're acknowledging things are maybe a bit much, but you're not dumping your entire workload or stress onto the other person. It's appropriate honesty for most quick chats.
Or even simpler, maybe. Not bad, thanks. How about you?
Not bad. Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah.
It's gentle. It's understated. It says things are okay. Not amazing, but definitely not terrible either. Very common, very safe ground for just an average kind of day.
One I really like, especially if things are a bit tough but you want to connect, is hanging in there. Thanks for asking.
Oh, that's a great one. So human.
Yeah. Isn't it? It basically means, look, I'm surviving, I'm dealing with stuff, but hey, I really appreciate you asking. It's got this warmth, this vulnerability that can actually make people feel closer. You can really feel that phrase when someone says it sincerely.
You really can. And you see how just these small shifts, choosing hanging in there instead of I'm fine, can totally change the feeling of the interaction.
Yeah.
Because instead of sounding maybe a bit stiff or closed off, you sound open, friendly, emotionally available, even if English isn't your first language. It signals warmth.
Okay, so we've got the words, but you mentioned earlier it's only half the picture. Let's go deeper into how we say these things, the delivery.
Yes. Let's talk nonverbals and tone.
Mm.
So when someone asks, how are you? Your intonation, that musicality of your voice, needs to show you're actually engaged, not just reciting a line.
Right, like specifically when you ask back, how are you?
Exactly. Let your voice rise a little bit at the end there.
Yeah.
It turns it into a real question. It shows genuine interest, invites them to respond. It's not just, batting the conversational ball back automatically.
And facial expression, huge, right?
Massive. If you say great, but you look like you lost your winning lottery ticket.
Haha, yeah, people get confused. Mixed signals.
Totally. But
Yeah.
even just a small, warm smile doesn't have to be a giant fake grin, just some warmth. Maybe around the eyes that helps people feel comfortable, helps them believe your words.
That eye contact.
Crucial. Doesn't have to be intense staring, but just meeting their eyes for a few seconds when you respond. It shows you're present, you're acknowledging them. It says, I'm here in this conversation with you.
And maybe don't rush it.
Good point. These might be simple phrases, but they carry social weight. Take a breath. Speak clearly. Let your voice actually carry the friendliness that's in the words you choose.
Okay, let's try putting some of these together in little scenarios. Imagine you're, I don't know, walking down the street, neighbor pops out. Hey there, how's it going?
Okay, so instead of just, I'm fine, you can go with maybe, hey, pretty good, thanks. How's your week been shaping up?
Nice. Simple, friendly, turns it back to them with a slightly different question. Natural.
Yeah. Or maybe your teacher asks about your progress learning English. How are you feeling about your English?
Instead of, fine, maybe. Oh, I'm doing well, thanks. I feel like I'm, getting the hang of it more each day. What do you think?
Ooh, I like that. It shows confidence, but also invites their perspective. Opens up a real dialogue about your learning. Much better than just fine.
Right. Okay, one more. Maybe you're feeling a bit sick, but you still want to be positive-ish. Someone asks, how are you?
You can try. Oh, hanging in there, thanks. Just fighting off a little cold, How about you? Hope you're staying healthy.
Yeah, see, that's honest because a little context, fighting a cold, but it's still considerate and turns the focus back to them. Doesn't just stop dead with your own minor misery.
Exactly. Keeps the connection going.
And, of course, with people you know really well, close friends, maybe some coworkers, you can loosen up even more, add some personality, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's where you get phrases like, can't complain.
Which usually means things are actually pretty good.
Yeah, good enough that there's nothing worth complaining about. Or the classic, same old, same old.
Meaning, life is ticking along as usual. Might get a shared chuckle.
Right. Or even living the dream, which is often said with a heavy dose of irony.
Uh-huh, yeah. Meaning, life is definitely not perfect, maybe even kind of rough, but hey, what can you do? It's humorous, relatable.
And all these casual, sometimes humorous options, they build connection through that shared understanding, that personality injection.
This whole discussion about I'm fine and its hidden meanings, it makes me think, are there other really common, seemingly simple phrases that do this? That carry unintended subtext?
Hmm. That's a really interesting question. Actually, yes. One that comes to mind is how people respond to thank you. Ever notice how often people say no problem?
Oh, that's a brilliant example. Yes, no problem. That can feel a bit off sometimes, can it?
It really can,
Yeah.
especially if someone is thanking you for something that clearly was a bit of effort or a favor.
Right. And you say no problem. It can almost sound like you're subtly saying, well, it was kind of a problem, but I'm being generous about it.
Or maybe worse, that it was so utterly trivial to you that their thank you is almost unnecessary, like it didn't even register as effort.
Yeah, it can minimize their gratitude or your effort.
Precisely. And while, look, no problem is super common and often it's totally fine, just a reflex, more genuinely appreciative responses often land better. Things like, you're welcome, obviously,
The classic.
or my pleasure, anytime, happy to help, glad I could do it. Those tend to affirm the person's feeling of gratitude rather than slightly deflecting or minimizing it.
That is such a fantastic insight. Wow. And it perfectly underlines what we've been talking about, doesn't it?
It really does. That cultural nuance, the feeling behind the words, often matters more than the literal dictionary definition.
Okay, so let's try to wrap this up, bring all these threads together for everyone listening. The big takeaway.
I'd say the main thing is, while I'm fine isn't grammatically wrong, it's often not the phrase native speakers reach for in casual, everyday conversations where they want to connect.
Right. And in many situations, it can accidentally send that wrong signal, maybe distance, maybe coolness instead of openness.
So the key is really choosing phrases that sound open, warm, and emotionally natural for the situation.
Hmm.
And we see loads of options.
Yeah, everything from that super common, totally natural, I'm good, thanks, and remembering that good is perfectly fine in spoken English. Don't worry about the grammar police there.
Uh-huh, right. To the slightly more polished, I'm doing well, thanks for asking,
Mm.
which adds that nice touch of gratitude.
And for casual moments, pretty good, thanks. How about you? Is such a standard, easy way to say you're doing all right.
And even when things aren't great, you've got options like, I'm okay, thanks, just
Mhm.
a busy day, or not bad, thanks. They let you be honest without making it heavy.
And that wonderful human connector, hanging in there, thanks for asking, shows you're getting through it and you appreciate their concern.
And don't forget the delivery. Those nonverbal cues are so powerful. Let your intonation show you're actually interested.
Especially that little lift at the end when you ask, how are you back?
Yes. And a small, genuine smile goes a long way. Eye contact, just a few seconds, shows you're present.
And don't rush. Take your time, speak clearly, let that friendliness come through in your voice. These little tweaks, the words and the delivery, they can totally change how people feel interacting with you.
Absolutely. It can shift you from sounding maybe a bit stiff or distant to sounding open, friendly, really emotionally fluent. You've got this.
We really encourage you listening to practice these. Say them out loud, maybe try them in front of a mirror or, with a friend or language partner, because these small changes in vocabulary and how you say them, they can make a huge difference in your confidence and how you connect with people.
And thinking about, I'm fine, and now no problem. It really does make you wonder, doesn't it? If these simple, everyday phrases have such hidden depths and potential pitfalls, what other common expressions might be sending signals we don't intend?
That's a great question to leave people with. What other linguistic icebergs are out there? Things we said all the time without maybe fully appreciating their subtle impact? Even something as basic as, thank you. Does it have more layers than we think?
Definitely something to keep exploring, keep connecting, keep noticing, and keep practicing.